What if the TARDIS just became a tomb, and the Doctor died inside it without even realizing? What if the God of Death was never defeated, just forgotten? Because in Empire of Death, Doctor Who just crossed a line between nostalgia and collapse. And what happened in this finale? It wasn't just the end of a season. It might have been the death of Doctor Who as we know it. What if memories aren't enough to keep the show alive? What if they're what's killing it? The show is at war with itself. The Empire of Death finale might have looked like the Doctor versus Sutekh, but underneath the special effects, a much deeper battle was playing out. A war not between good and evil, but between two versions of Doctor Who, and it's tearing the show apart. On one side, the old Doctor Who, built on charming practical effects, strange villains, and loyal fans in scarves who stuck around through thick and thin. A show about hope in the face of horror. On the other side, the new Disney-backed Who, bigger budget, sleek visuals, Marvel-style structure, and the heavy weight of needing to attract millions of new fans on streaming. This finale tried to make both sides happy, but the cracks are showing. And in trying to juggle two timelines, Doctor Who might have risked losing both. Because when everyone turns to sand in the first 10 minutes, Kate, Rose, the entire unit, we're not just watching a story unfold, we're watching the show's identity dissolve before our eyes. It's Infinity War with a sonic screwdriver. It's Monsters, Inc. with a blinking TARDIS light. It's Clifford the Big Red Dog with death powers. And here's the twist, the show knows it. And it's begging us to notice. The secret the finale was really hiding. Here's what they're not saying outright, but it's everywhere in Empire of Death. Hidden in plain sight. This episode wasn't just about defeating a villain. It was a funeral. A funeral for classic Doctor Who. A farewell to the memory TARDIS. And maybe even a warning that the old show, the one fans grew up loving, can't survive much longer under the weight of modern expectations. Let's look at the TARDIS. That flickering fire hazard of a vintage police box isn't just a quirky aesthetic. It's the Doctor's past, literally burning. Inside, we see snatches of classic episodes playing on a hybrid memory tablet, like a nostalgic DVD menu powering the time machine itself. The Doctor says, time is a memory, and memory is a time machine. But what happens when memories aren't enough? What happens when your greatest weapon is your own emotional attachment to something that's broken? Because here's the thing, that TARDIS can't save them. It can't stop Sutekh, and it almost kills them. It's the perfect metaphor for the show. Beautiful, beloved, overloaded with lore, and in desperate need of a reboot. Where this is really going. The Doctor defeats Sutekh not with force, but by strapping him to the opening credits and sending him spinning into the time vortex. That's not victory, that's containment. The God of Death is still out there, now woven into the show's very identity. Just like the fear that Doctor Who can't ever change without losing what made it special. And then there's Ruby. The reveal of her mother, tender, emotional, grounded, should have hit hard. Instead, it lands quietly. Too quietly. Because by then, the audience is numb. Dust has fallen. Lore has flashed. The climax has passed. But something else still lingers. A woman, 73 yards away. A presence still walking. A mystery still gestating. Maybe the real threat that's been hiding in the background all along. Who is she? What does she have to do with the TARDIS? And why has she been following Ruby since the beginning? Because if memory is breaking, maybe time itself is about to unravel next. What if the Doctor didn't save the universe, but locked its death inside a police box? What if the TARDIS isn't a time machine anymore, but a coffin? In Empire of Death, everything looked like a victory. But what if it was actually a quiet, desperate surrender? What if the God of Death didn't lose? What if he became part of the show? When memory becomes a prison. Let's face it, Doctor Who is caught in a paradox. It's a show that built its legacy on constant change, new faces, new worlds, new rules, and yet, the deeper we go, the more it feels trapped. Trapped by nostalgia, trapped by fan service, trapped by the need to please everyone. And Empire of Death shows that tension perfectly. Sutekh, the ultimate threat, a literal god of decay, isn't just a villain. He's a symbol, a stand-in for the very weight of the past that keeps dragging this show back. Why does the Doctor retreat into the old TARDIS? Why do we see old episodes flickering on memory screens? Why is the solution to the apocalypse not a bold action, but a revisiting?